Klee is not only the most adorable character in Genshin Impact, she was actually the strongest character in the game once upon a time. However, as we got more and more DPS character, Klee has slowly fallen off to the meta to today where I'm honestly gonna say, do not roll for Klee. To prefront up a little bit, Klee is still a very strong character who can perform and clear content fine. If you like her design and look, you can roll for her for sure. In fact, personally, I'm actually thinking of rolling for her just to put her into my house for the new 1.6 update so that I can play with her. However, I think that there are many issues around Klee that you should be aware of, so be sure to watch till the end before you make that decision if you want to roll or not. Also, KEQINGMAIN recently started and has been uploading on their YouTube channel, so please be sure to go check it out. They will be making some of the best guide on Genshin Impact. The link will be in the description, so go check them out and give them a subscribe, and of course don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well. Klee is what we call working very hard for little gain. When you play optimally, Klee only does slightly higher damage than Yanfei and is equivalent to a Diluc. However, there's a lot of issues surrounding Klee which might prevent you from actually hitting that damage, while a character like Diluc can just swing his sword around with no regard and do more damage than Klee does. In fact, in terms of as a pyro DPS, since Klee is at best equal to Diluc, and Diluc is slightly worse than Xiangling in terms of damage output, by association, we can also say that Klee is worse than Xiangling, which is a free 4-star character that you already have in your inventory. The general advice is that if you already have 2 strong main DPS character, you do not need to roll for them anymore. And well, you already have Xiangling as a pyro carry in your inventory, so rolling for Klee is just really hard for me to advise when Klee is not even better. Starting off with the first issue with Klee. Klee is very squishy and very vulnerable to taking damage. Almost anyone who has played Klee can tell you that she dies very easily. One of the primary issues with Klee is that her animations are very long and they lock you into place so you cannot move away from danger. For example, your normal attack is extremely long animation and lock you into place. And your elemental skills, this is a very long animation, and I almost did not dodge that arrow that was shot from the Heliodrome. Despite being a Catalyst user, Klee have extremely short range to the point where she might as well just be a melee character at this point. However, unlike melee character like Diluc, she does not have the defense value or the stagger value to justify for it. Observe how Klee have almost 200 less defense than the equivalent level Diluc. Not to mention that Diluc can stagger monster much better than Klee does, prevent him from taking damage. Klee just feel very clunky because she is unable to move during attack and therefore unable to move to dodge damage. And this is the reason why people often say that playing Klee with a character like Zhongli is very painful. Because Zhongli's shield is so big, this allows you to easily tank more damage and fixes all the entire issue that Klee have, from clunkiness to being squishy. But not everyone have Zhongli, and maybe your Zhongli is too busy dating with Xiao so that he cannot leave your Xiao. In that case, maybe you have to make do with Fiona, which you have to put a lot of investment in to get a lot of HP so you can make a big enough shield. Potentially maybe even throwing for some constellation, especially the one where it increased your shield by 3 level. Now in regards to that slow animation, we can actually do something about that known as the animation cancel. Klee normal attack look like this, which are very slow to come out. However, we can actually do something known as the walk cancel on Klee, which look like this instead. As you can see, the attack come out much faster by using our walk to cancel our animation. You can similarly do a jump cancel of the charge attack. For example, the charge attack look like this, and locks you out from walking for a long period of time. So what we could do instead is do a jump cancel of the charge attack and do a charge attack jump to cancel all of it earlier and regain movement. Making sure that you completely master these techniques will require practice and are essential to doing good damage. Earlier, when we were talking about how Klee and Diluc does similar damage, we are talking about someone who has mastered and are very good at doing these techniques. In Diluc's case, it is actually very commonly known that Diluc is very easy to play, and some will even say he is brain dead to play. Once again, to show you what I mean by to put in a lot of effort for little return, you have to master all of these techniques, do the same damage output as someone who is brain dead and very easy to play. Oh, and that's with a C16 shield. You see, one of the huge issues is Klee's elemental skills An elemental burst just apply too much pyro that her support and other character cannot keep up. And that is why C16 shield is almost essential to playing vaporized Klee. That's on top of having very good management on playing Klee so that you don't apply too much pyro to the point where it overtakes the hydro from seeing Joe. And of course, if you do end up pairing your Klee with your C16 shield, this loses your opportunity to play other pyro DPS character like Hu Tao, or Luke, or perhaps even Xiangling, all of which are objectively much better pyro character than Klee is. You see, the reason why people often recommend either playing pure Pyro Klee, which is just a team full of Pyro character and just slam them with Pyro damage and ignore any kind of reaction, or perhaps the reverse melt Klee, are just simply because Klee Pyro management are way too hard to keep up. And in order to properly play this team, you will have to have very gear support. For example, in the reverse melt Klee type game, you will want to gear up your Kaya and your Rosaria. Preferably Rosaria being C2 Constellation or higher, because at C0, the uptime is simply too low for Rosaria to do a lot of damage. In the case of pure Pyro Klee, you will have to invest and build up your Xiangling. And to be honest, if you're gonna build and invest in your Xiangling, you might as well just play a much better team, which is known as the Chinese national team. And well, if main DPS Klee doesn't really work out, then can Klee be played potentially as a support? And unfortunately, the answer is yes, but also no. To be honest, without her Constellation 2, Klee doesn't really have any value as playing as a support, and there's almost no reason to play Klee as a support. In fact, Klee's support value only really shine when you unlock her Constellation 4, which lets you instantly trigger her Spark and Splash, which of course are very heavy investment and cost a lot of Primo Gem, which most players would probably not have access to. For that reason, Klee is not really a support. Once again, I'm not trying to discourage anyone into rolling Klee if they like her or if they think she's the most adorable character so that you need to have her. Like, I also agree that she is definitely the most adorable character in Genshin. However, just be sure to aware that she have a lot of issues surrounding her gameplay, and even when you consider those and fixes the issues, her damage is honestly still not up to par with today's 5-star DPS standard, which are like Ganyu or Hu Tao's. In fact, to be honest, strictly speaking on gameplay performance, I would actually heavily encourage that you do not roll for Klee and instead just roll for a better 5-star DPS character, or perhaps just play your Xiangling. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.